Hello and welcome back to the adventures of my Loist Knight. Well, attempt at one anyway. So, we're only just in the Undead settlement, just, you know, having a bit of fun here with the crystal glaive and all. Don't really need the fire bombs anymore, but I'm going to keep them on the toolbar because I can. And I'll mention, these are slightly tougher ones, I guess. Really, boy? The R2s are quite suitable for... What the hell? These make so little sense with it anyway. And when it does finally attack me, it's when I'm in the middle of an attack. Fucking hell, I hate dogs. But anyway, I'm just gonna say this is the face of the one that takes after the previous one. Looks a little tomboyish, so, well, arguably. Let's deal with those. Didn't have to charge it, but I did anyway, because why not? But yeah, the Undead settlement. You can get your first sorcerer dude here, if you're actually interested in sorcery. Doesn't sell all that much, but he also offers a few other services that are important to particular quest lines. And well, either way, my task now is going to be getting through here and killing the boss. There's also a covenant in this area, which you can access in one of, well, there's two ways. One's before killing the boss, one's after with a specific quest line. But if you are bad at everything, and you manage to screw up both, you can't join the Covenant for that new game. So you'd have to go into your next one if you wished to join. I personally would not like to do that. I would like to get the Covenant for the sake of having it. I may even be a mound maker at times, as that is the name of the Covenant. Isn't it? Yeah, yeah, there you are. Hello. And he's out. So, you can get a small level shield here. One of the power shields. And also, you can go up here and fight these fellas. Now, I'm not very good at getting things in the sweet spot of this glaive. Which is actually a bardite. Fun little fact, but FromSoft got that wrong. It is a bardite rather than a glaive. A glaive would be something more akin to what the Black Knight glaive looks like, where the blade is effectively mounted on the end of the pawl. In this, you can see it's clearly mounted more onto it. And what the hell? When I finally... I hate these things very much. You are a little bastard, and I hate you. Never return. Never. There's one over here. Get lost. Little bastard. Anyway, so this area here is going to be a bit of a mess, but it's manageable, to say the least. Personally, my preference for attacking it is taking on the guys on the edge. So, these fellas. Oh, and the sweet spot can one-shot them, if I actually land it, so... It's very, very difficult for me, though, to gauge distances. As I can clearly show. There. You are a pain, and I will take the blame. Oh yeah, they have invincibility from getting up, don't they? Oh. That was rather close. starting to get the hang of keeping them at a bit of range, but still not that great, as you can tell. First R1 has more range in the subsequent attacks. So, in this region there's all of these fellas. What the hell, how did neither of us see each other? I'm not sure. And isn't there a guy down here somewhere? Yeah, right there! So, I'm gonna clear this area out in terms of what a thing. Get lost. So there's a Titanite shard there, gonna want that because of this. I need 2 more. And there's a few that I can gain quite soon if I wish to go this route. But this is not the route I'm gonna go. And isn't, yeah, this one here is actually a thing. Yeah, you don't want to not consider certain ones attacking like that one were to do so. There's also that's the soup. So this is one way you can go. It's not the way I would prefer to go, though it could also function. Though with the fact that I am intending to take... Oh god, the game is stuttering like a little bitch. Concerning, but it always happens I suppose with the recording software open. But, well, off we go. So, the way I prefer to go about it, this entire area now, is where you go through this route, here, and drop down just beyond a certain area. Kill the firebomb thrower. But it's through here that you can access the cabinet. I do intend to go that way. No need for the backstab, we can just kill them like that. So there's a guy here who can drop the flamberge if you're farming for that. But they can also do that. Fuck you. So through these doors, you arrive here. Now those guys look like you can't get up to them. What you do is not that. Instead, let's kill him. Kill you. Let them throw a firebomb or 10 at me. And then here, Titanite shard. Boom. So that gives you a fair few more immediately from just entering the settlement. Now what also rests in this settlement is when you go up this way. Now this is my preferred matter of handling things, but you can do it a different order, possibly coming up to here after going the other route. But so there's all of these. There's only 3 of them, but they should die quite easily as they have even less health than the regulars. And this is Cornix. And he can teach you pyromancy and also a very nice gesture. So I tend to come and get him, even if I'm not intending to go on a pyromancy route, which is quite often. And I leave it at that. So now, to get the Moundmaker's Covenant, I'll go back. And then I'll use an alternative route that I know to get to the next bonfire if you had gone down the other route, as well as fight Hodrick, who's an invader in this area. So the way I'm going to do this is just simple. Be wary of these fucking things. Wait, is that one just... It's just sitting there. I don't actually want... You will die. I'd much rather not you shoot me in the ass. If this game would, like, not stutter, that would be real nice. Get down there and stay down there. Now, this here is where you'll get it from. So, this fella here is non-hostile. Don't attack him. The only issue I have here is this. is an item that some people want, a flame stone plate ring, but it tends to fall down there. So I'm going to skip this cutscene. It's just you getting in it and then walks for a bit and then a crash. But yeah, you go down to this pit here. And up ahead is Mr. Hodrick, alongside a War God wooden shield. And he will give you a bone to get out of this area.
Well, yeah,
So just talk to him, answer whatever you like, mound makers, and now look, homeward bone.
yes, you.
So he'll give you that, and you just get the hell out of this hellhole. I'm going to go to the last bonfire that I rested at, though that could be an issue actually. Whew. So, that is good, it is the one that I wish for. So, the way I would tend to go around getting there, through these other routes I mentioned, is I will drop down by here. It would help if the game would, like, not stutter. I'm not exactly putting it under much pressure. Drop down here, and then it's running across here. You can also drop down earlier, though you'll take some fall damage. And then it's running through here to the swamp. Not the swamp, the sewer. Which also has a locked door, but more on that later. So there's a few rats here. Kill them. They're nothing particularly difficult. They can drop souls like that, so it is worthwhile. That's also a parry tool that most of you will have. Cestus is used by the majority of the community, to say the least. And just wail away on the big rat. It will just take... It'll stagger on every hit, so you should not have an issue. And then you head up here, and you can open this. This gives you access to the bridge bonfire here, the dilapidated bridge, I believe. There's also that there, which drops a sharp gem, something that I'm not using, especially on the fact that this is a more strength-orientated weapon in all regards. And there is that invader. So I'm trying to kill this fella before Hodrick gets here. And just in time. So Hodrick can parry. I'd much rather he did not though, because that would hurt considerably. And me and Hodrick are doing absolutely no damage. Okay. Hodrick will heal. He can also use strength within. But unlike players, he doesn't tend to roll away. I ran out of stamina there, otherwise I would have tried to kill him. There he goes, using power within. So his damage is up now, but you practically cannot run out of stamina. But he'll take continuous damage. He can also cast warmth, so you don't want to let him do that, because he'll heal himself, though it can heal you. So if you're confident you can kill him after he's casted it, before his healing can really take effect, sure, go for it. So now, this is the other route that one could have taken to get here. And you effectively just have to go through this entire gauntlet of enemies. You are... The hammer one's up. Oh, she fell. Yeah, I don't like her book attacks. Take a seat, madam. And please do not get up. So, there's a shard down by here, I believe. So I can technically take this weapon up to +3 perfectly fine just now. And there is another shard up the top here that is also worth picking up. She normally is much harder to fight because she'll be in here. But in this case, not so much. Now, I will say, there are certain things in the game that I like a lot more than others. And some of the bosses are definitely in that category of really do not like. The one up ahead is exactly one of those. Now, you can roll into these guys to cancel their attacks. The giant doesn't damage me, since he is actually friendly to me. Now, you can get on here. And there's that there. Get out of the way. And, well, there's all these that are going to come down. Now, if you are a friend of the giant, he'll easily deal with those for you. Which is personally the best option, I think. You don't necessarily need to kill them, I doubt they'll cause issues. Now, this little fella, on the other hand, I really would prefer to cease existing. He drops down, plunging attacks you, normal stuff. Kick his ass back into the Stone Age. There's also ashes here, which are relatively important. And things that I'll get onto later. So I'm going to take the route of killing the boss, now that I've got the Covenant. So these red eye ones, they're slightly stronger, but not massively so. You should be able to effectively get rid of them without any issues. And now there's this item here. Wait, what the hell? No. I don't know, but I took some fall damage. That's a bit inconvenient in my opinion. I think I walked into something after a small drop. But over here is the Great Scythe. It's not a particularly often used Reaper weapon, but I can see it being used sometimes. Very rare now though, since most of the more unique weapons are not being used. So I'll heal up, and well, I could go back, put in that Esther Shard and the Ash, but I don't see a reason to. And look, you can see inside my head. AK, there's absolutely nothing there. So, this is a boss arena if you have not ever seen one. I mean, you can see it there, right there. Tell me, that has to be one of the more obvious things I've seen. But either way, you don't know when it will activate. That's what I think tends to get most people. So you come in here expecting it to just get up immediately. But no, it's inactive. I'm surprised that didn't hit. Okay, well, I'm just gonna wail on you, I suppose. I don't know where you came from. Oh well, he activated. Then, since I believe I've killed enough, he can activate either when you get close enough, or I believe. Okay, you are getting out of here. Good. Brilliant start. I need to drag him away from there, he's going to prove issueless otherwise. Move, you stupid fat fucking thing. So, I really do not like this boss. And there's reasons for this. In particular, he's pretty gross. Also, his hand is now there and I can't hit it. That's better. Now, let's see. You can do some pretty nasty things. Like this. Shit everywhere. well, that sort of helps me more than it helps him. Putting shit acid. Let me just burst. Thank you. Bloody hell. But yeah, this guy is a bit of an annoyance. Now, this is where his second form begins. So, you break down into here. You land. Now you have access to a few more weak points. Him being shit aids is just fine. Oh yeah, that hand is also the most annoying thing on the planet, I'll say that much. So, he's actually weak to fire. I absolutely balls that throw up. I shouldn't have. And that happened. Yeah, I've never actually had the fight last this long, so I actually don't know half his moveset. Okay, I wanted to hit those. I needed to, really. Oh yeah, he also rolls. So there, I wanted to take that weak spot out because it's the more difficult to handle one. Now it's the one under his leg that I wish to deal with, like that. Now his hand, unlike other areas of his body, takes the full damage of attacks. It can also do a grab attack. I believe that was it. Oh, goodness. That doesn't chip too much of my health, but it's not nice either way to suffer. And he's out, I think. Yeah, this is not a particular favourite of mine, I'll be honest. In particular due to, well, a lot of factors. But now that that is done, there is Hodrick's dead body. If you had not gone to him prior, he would have the homeward bone on him, which you could collect, among other things. Now, I've got 20,000 souls. I'm quite well set to level up when I please now. But there are other things that I would like to look into first, really. And, well, you'll see now what I mean. Because, well, as I get into Firelink Shrine with the video recording software having a bit of a hissy fit, I will go to her. And, well, you can give her Umbral Ash. And what she sells now is expanded. Now, this is what I want. The Grave Key. The Tower Key is for later, I think. In my opinion. And I'll also buy these now, since I will probably be using them in the future for myself. Though, not on screen. So, now, with all of the things I've acquired so far, I can grab this weapon, and I can upgrade it to +3. Which means it now uses large Titanite shards to upgrade.
Be careful.
So that means its damage is now up, and what I need is now different to upgrade it, meaning this can now be what is focused upon.
Well, very deadly.
Now, normally what I'd recommend is going straight down the route of Vig, but here I'm going to take 20 Vig, which I think is more than enough with my current setup,
Farewell, Asher.
and I'm pretty healthy, due to my rings. And also, I have, yet again, forgotten to give him this. So, yeah, Estus Flask I want to be larger.
It is good to see ye in good health.
So, he'll do it whenever you have one, up until you have 15 sips available. So, that's the maximum amount you can have available, and so on. Now, the next way to do things is burn the Bone Shard in this. And now it will heal me more per go, so effectively it's better off. Now, the bonfire I'm going to want to go to is the dilapidated bridge, because effectively what I can do from there is head to the Miracle Lady, who I believe is called... She is guarded by... I can't remember her thing. Where's Monza? Igon and Arena, or something along those lines. You can tell I have not bothered with them all that much. Very severely so, actually. But there's also a few other things down here that will be quite worthwhile to pay attention to. In particular, there's a statue here that you can use to reduce your hollowing. There's also a loincloth. And up here, to your left, is a noticeable weapon called the Red-Hilted Halberd, which actually is what looks like the halberd of Dark Souls 2, from what I'm aware. So these skeletons are strong against most types of damage, though. You little... Wow, they just kept going. Okay. You, take a seat. And you... Okay, you're pissing me off now. Get down and stay down. And there's one of the larger souls you acquire during the early game. Now, sometimes, during this little point, enemies will actually fall down here. They'll have slightly reduced health, but never... But like this. Also, the Evangelist being down here is awful. Because she's among the tougher enemies you'll encounter. And that should have got her? Nope, not quite. What the fuck? Oh well, that's convenient. So she doesn't guarantee drop one, but they can drop them. Why do I always do that? So, kill that. Get a heavy gem. This would be quite useful with this weapon, if I had to go pure strength. And be careful. That's why. Now, that guy isn't actually too difficult to deal with, but he often takes you off guard. You can pay attention and still avoid him. What on earth was that I just heard? Well, something happened, I think, but... I'd hope if I could actually get back to the game. Anyway, so there's that you can shoot up there. I personally can't be bothered to. But it's a blessed +2 red and white shield, I believe. Now here, there's often a lot of signs here actually warning of what's going on, but effectively, rats keep coming. And they're not too much of a threat, but if you're not careful, they can swarm you and stunlock you. Now that is a talisman for miracles, in particular for casting with the strongest spells possible, with the highest damage, greatest heals, everything with that chime. Or rather talisman. Chimes do not get unfaltering prayer.
So please.
So this is, I believe, Arena.
Oh, and I pray.
So she gives you a gesture immediately.
Oh, forgive your touch.
Arena, indeed.
Oh,
So I'm going to accept the services because that also gives another benefit. This, for the future, will enable me to summon this fella, if I need to. Now he has, in my opinion, one of the best voices in the game, but yeah. And there's also everyone's favourite in here, as you will see now when the elevator comes up. Because this area here is a little interesting. Suddenly, onion! And I love this guy as well. He's brilliant. Now, I'm going to skip all the dialogue. I haven't got that much time. So, he's going to be here till later. What I want to do is head down, because that's the way you advance in the game. But, if you go up, you can either talk to a giant or do something else that will show off before the end of the episode. So, this is going to effectively be the second boss of the episode here. This, I would say, is, well, a mini-boss. Because that is what it can do. Well, mini-boss in quotation marks. Because that thing is more dangerous than the actual boss, in my opinion. And this is the Road of Sacrifices. This I will cover later on, alongside. So these guys have more weird movesets, which are difficult to handle. They're also fast and powerful. They can also inflict frostbite through shields. Thankfully, I didn't have to demonstrate how they inflict frostbite through shields. But effectively, it takes away a chunk of your health at once. And it also causes your damage resistances to lower. And finally, it reduces your stamina regenerate, which is a negative effect to quite a large extent in general when dealing with blocking and the like. Something that this character has used quite significantly so far. So as you can see, the onion is gone. Now we send that down, get off it, just wait a bit. Because the other one has gone up, of course. And he must have seen it when we went down. So he went up. But him being an onion meant, you know, partially on the way up he just somehow ended up, you know. I was quite lucky there, I thought I was going to fall. That would have been quite annoying. But yeah,
Don't disappear like
look at
that.
this.
You had me downright worried. But thanks to you, an epiphany has struck me square in the head. I've unraveled the riddle of this
Brilliant character. But
on some day. I went up. Anyhow, I know how.
and final bit there. So if you go down this way towards the demon, he will come and help once the demon is aggroed. That is if you don't kill the demon too fast.
You should have waited.
And there we go.
Well, it's too late now. I seek word of the Knights of
Well, that
Catalina.
was bad.
Fight by your side.
That was bad. Ow. Yeah, this is not going too well, is it? Because I just paused it up. Oh, and he's got its attention. And dealt 20 damage. No, you will not kill him. I'm surprised I was able to block that. You just blocked his with the piercing shield. This is not going too well though, is it? He's causing a lot of stagger damage though to the demon. Yeah, like that. Guard broken, but it could have been a lot worse, I think. So this is just one of many demons you can actually encounter, and you just staggered it again. We've got it. With a bit of damage done to both of us, admittedly, but we've done it. So that drops you at Fire Gem, and now you can talk to us. What the hell did your legs do there?
That was quite a performance, but we...
So he gives you that, and then toast,
Well,
and then he gives you this. So two gestures and a rather rare item. Seagurbrow are quite a worthwhile item, I think, for effectively just saying, oh look, I've done this and that, because you only get them, I think, at several, I believe it's either 4 or 5 occasions in overall. It might be more though, maybe 6. Okay, there we go. Want to grab that, and I want to grab this. Now, I originally was a warrior and started with this set, though I've swapped it out to what I have now. So you can go up there, And there's dogs up there, alongside several traps, where effectively cages of the hollows drop from the ceiling. Now, there's also, further up, 2 evangelists that you really would not want to deal with. Most of you tend to just run past them. Either way, thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time. So, I guess, bye for now.